Follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Here we go. Welcome in. It is Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Mitch Moss, Pauly Howard with you. We are live in downtown Vegas. Circa Resort and Casino is your spot today. A 3-hour banger lined up. Awesome guests on the program. Huge cards tonight. Big in the NHL, Major League Baseball. We get the play-in games as well. Adam Hill in studio covers the Raiders and the NFL out here locally for the Review Journal. He's in studio in 30 minutes to talk about the Raiders draft overall. Nick Whalen, player props tonight. Matt Moore lives in Denver, lives, eats, breathes NBA. We'll run down his best bets for tonight and the first round of the playoffs, and Derek Stevens as well, coming up a little bit later on. I'm excited tonight, Pauly. I think these are two intriguing games. I'll begin Hornets taking on the Heat at DK right now. There's going to be various juice out there, but they're 6.5 minus 102. The home team Hornets are. And the total's been kind of ping-ponging back and forth all morning between like 230.5, 229, 229.5. Here at circa 231, FanDuel has 229.5 in this game. 18 games have been played in the play-in for the first 3 years of this. Home teams are 12-6 straight up, but only 8-10 ATS. I said yesterday on the show, if the Hornets touch 6.5, I have to take the Heat. And that's where I'm at right now in the game.
Yep, they have the experience here that they've been in the play-in 4 years in a row. I'm like a lot of people. I want to see the Hornets make the playoffs. I do think Detroit would probably dispatch them early and play bully ball, and they had a lot of success against them in the regular season. But this is not a typical play-in team. Again, as we've talked about for weeks now ad nauseum, they just did it to themselves with this poor start.
Yep.
But Charlotte is the real deal. And when they have their A-game cooking, they have an unbelievable resume. Now, the thing that they should be able to get here is a lot of great looks and score with ease. They did go 1-3 against Miami in the regular season, but the last meeting they blasted them by 30 and dropped 130 points on them. And Miami was 28th in defense in the last 15 games. So they're the better team. They haven't made the playoffs in 9 years. It's going to be a great atmosphere. They're fun to root for. And I know LaMelo's big with the younger demographic. You're going to watch this game tonight and be like, what are you? Oh, okay, it went in. You're going to see some ridiculous shot selection out of this guy, but he's averaging 22 a game last 10. His assist prop is very popular, over 7.5 tonight. I like to see Khan get going early from 3, but as we've talked about the Buzz City Killers, and once they got this starting 5 together, and when they've been out there on the floor since January, it's 122 points per 100 possessions. All the big wins. Who runs out Boston and OKC on the road like that, right? So we know what they have with their A-game, but this is what concerns me, that Miami is used to this. This is a March Madness game. Yep. I mean, if you lose, the season's over.
Right.
So you can't come out and lollygag and play grab-ass for 5-10 minutes or you could get beat. So Charlotte has to understand that tonight. And it hasn't gone well in the previous 2 play-ins, which they were blasted, but this is a different team.
Right, totally different team. I will point out, for casual fans tuning in to watch this game tonight on Amazon, the Hornets are, you've heard nothing but LaMelo Ball, as you said, and Concanapple the entire year. If he has a good game, people are going to be blown away and I think pleasantly surprised about how good of a player Brandon Miller is, who he should not get lost because he was a very high pick out of Alabama when he was one of the biggest prospects in the entire country, and he's lived up to it. The guy's been absolutely fantastic. And again, since the calendar flipped, overall, Charlotte straight up 33-16 with the second best efficiency differential in the entire league at plus 11.5. That is absolutely elite territory that we're talking about. And Miami in that same stretch, 25-24 overall with a differential of plus 1.5. So if you go January 1 to tonight, they're not even close. And since the break, here I have a couple of concerns. One you talked about with the Spoelstra experience. Mm-hmm. Now 4 years in a row in the play-in. They have come out of the play-in now 3 consecutive games to actually make the playoffs. The other one would be this. Since the All-Star break, the Hornets have averaged 18.3 made threes per game, which seems impossible. 38.9%. I was reading Zach Cohen's piece earlier today. What if those threes are not going in tonight? Mm-hmm. That's the recipe for Miami to pull off the upset.
Yeah, and when they blew that game at home, they couldn't defend Hero either. They had problems.
They could not.
There. I think they'll knock down their threes. I'm more concerned about you got to find Hero and do a good job defensively. So it will be a frenetic pace. Miami loves to get up and go. It should be a fun game, but I'm with you. It's a lot of points, but I'm rooting for Charlotte to get this done.
Yep.
And it's difficult, though. I mean, this is, for a 9 seed to have 44 wins, that's something.
Yeah.
And, the East has been trash for years, but they had depth this year, and it was good from top to bottom. But they have a tough assignment here. They have got to win 2 to get in the playoffs.
That's way easier said than done.
But I like that. You had, your 14-1 ticket, though, you got a shot.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, you're laying 6, and then whoever loses that game tomorrow, I mean, what I can't believe what Orlando did Sunday. That's ridiculous.
That is.
That was so embarrassing. And then you don't have Embiid, and you can outscore the Sixers, and you're a better team than the Sixers, even though you'll be on the road.
You're going to like this. When Nick Whalen joins the program in an hour from right now, he's going to have a bet on one of the teams you just mentioned at around 3-1. It's a good creative bet, and I do not disagree with it whatsoever. Mackinnon had this today at vsin.com. Home favorites of 6 or more in the play-in. The winners overall, they've won the last 4 and 3-1 ATS as well. So again, the Spoelstra angle here, 4th consecutive year in the play-in. He talked about that going into the game tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it is like the NCAA tournament. It's like FIBA. It's harrowing. It's nuts. You have to absolutely embrace it. It makes you feel alive, that's for sure. If you're a competitor, you don't want to have to go. You don't want the season to go the way it can to put you in the play-in. But once you're in it, it's exhilarating, and you have to embrace the competition. Embrace how every single possession really does matter. It's a game 7. And so I just want our guys to take on that challenge, and do whatever's necessary, to get that one. You can't think ahead of it. You can't think of, 2 up, 2 down. You have to stay in the absolute present moment of every single possession.
Yeah. So he's a veteran coach, obviously been there for a long time, and the veteran players on the team, they've been through this as well.
Well, they're good with this heat culture bunker mentality because they made the finals when they were in the bubble, and then they've been awesome in this March Madness type scenario. As he said, they keep coming out of this, and certainly it was embarrassing what happened in the first round against Cleveland, but they find ways to win when they're in this, and he's an excellent coach.
So I like the Heat. I don't see a 6.5 here in Las Vegas. If that pops, definitely going to take that, and I might just have to take the 6 if it doesn't.
About the other game, you concerned about the lack of experience with the Blazers? What do you think?
Well, I kind of agree with the market moving this number down with the total. And I know JVT and Stormy were talking about this earlier. Evidently, I'd missed this, but DK opened up 222.5 on the total for about a split second before it moved down. There are a lot of reasons why. Blazers, after the All-Star break, 3rd in NBA raw defensive rating. Both teams struggle in the half court. Suns are 16th overall, Blazers 20th in the league. Phoenix plays at a slow pace. And if you go back and look, last 15 games to close the season, Portland has the best defense in the entire league. They're both also very good at, here's the thing, they both take a lot of threes, but both teams are very good at defending the three-point shot as well. So I kind of agree. I don't really want to bet it now at 216.5 since it moved like this, but I'm not going to be surprised if this game is like 105 to 101. Slower pace, the defense rules the day.
Yep. It's a good story with both teams. The Suns weren't supposed to compete. They contended for the division for a long time. You had the Brooks injury, or maybe they would have chased the Lakers down. But this is phenomenal that they trade Durant, and they still get the 7 seed. Portland's ahead of schedule. And again, shame on the Clippers for what they did. But for Portland to finish a couple games over 500, and Avi, I don't think they'll have answers for him. He's averaging 24 a game in his last 10. And Holiday's playing well, too. Kamara's shooting the ball well.
Sure.
Holiday's playing well.
They're both good defenders.
Yep. So they can score as well. But a lot of people point to the lack of experience, which could get him here. But good game, and we'll also see if everyone can go. I mean, I'm stunned what's going on with Golden State tomorrow. 3 guys are on a minutes restriction. That's incredible. That probably tells you all you need to know what they think of the game and their chances against OKC. But if Grant can't go or Allen's compromised, that changes things because Allen's a beast from 3.
Yep.
The Suns have to have him.
How about this? Cohen again had this at vsin.com. The Suns are 15-2 straight up this year when they're favored between 3.5 and 9.5 points. And the number falls in between there for tonight. Although there's been some money. Let me check the latest number here. There's been some money on Portland. So is it still? Nope, never mind. It's no longer in that case because it looks like they're down to 2.5 point favorites in this game. I'll tell you right now, and I had this team circled this year. I think next year is the year for Portland. And I'm not talking about like coming out of the West, but next year is when you're going to want to play like alt win totals over with this team. They have a lot of good young talent there. And Splitter took over. What a weird stretch was with Chauncey.
Your coach was arrested after the first game.
Yeah.
What a job that was.
I would agree with that.
Well, they get Lillard back, and maybe can you try to get Freak or make a big acquisition in the offseason? Yes.
So I would say
see
Heat,
that.
Yeah, I think low scoring there, and I like the Heat overall. Have you done player props yet or anything? Norman Powell, 17.5 tonight.
Yeah, I know that's tough.
And I would look
at Hero, I would think.
Hero, yeah.
Because he torched him in one of the games. And I think they'd have problems defending him.
And to your point with the overall pace from the Heat, and I get it, it's playoff basketball, so people are going to be expecting like lower pace games and lower scoring. I think that game can have a chance to cash alt overs, actually. Because why would the Heat change the way they play at this point? Mm-hmm. They average the most possessions and the fastest play in the entire league.
Yeah.
And then, I said that if the threes are not dropping for the Hornets, then the Heat obviously, I think, can win the game. But what if they are and they're playing a super hot pace? Like this game could go to the 240s, maybe 250s with the total overall.
I would say LaMelo assists over with Knipple, three-pointers made over. And like LaMelo's going to take probably 12 threes at least.
Probably.
So you can go over threes with him, I would think.
Yeah. We have the definition of a Malinsky special tonight in Major League Baseball. And one of the craziest stats you'll hear involving the same team coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
So you're listening to this podcast because you want an edge. But what if I told you you're only halfway there? You've got the mindset. Now it's time to get the toolkit to match. Here's the thing. Pro bettors spend thousands on data and tools, but what they don't want you to know is you can get the same edge for a fraction of the cost with VSiN Pro. With VSiN Pro, you get access to expert picks, public betting data, prop projections, powerful tools, analytics, and more. Tap the link in the description and see why thousands of bettors are already using VSiN Pro to cash more bets.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
So how about this? I definitely wanted to talk about this in the first place. In fact, it was the number one game I had circled because of the Malinsky special. And then we got a text message from Oxford Bob right before the show started. As a reminder, today is actually the 8-year anniversary of Dave Malinsky when he was missing. They found him 6 days later, Mount Charleston, about 45 minutes outside of Las Vegas.
It was a difficult time.
Oh, man, did that suck.
Yep. That took, as you mentioned, it took a while to find him, and that was tough.
Yep.
And
so
people wanted answers and updates, and no one could give it to you.
No, you're exactly right.
Yep.
So, and he passed away at the age of 57 years old, and he was as good as it gets. And as I've said many times, would have been a rock star in the sports betting space. So, which brings us to this game and something that we have done. We still call our best bet segment in pocket because that's what Malinsky would always say on the air. I got this in pocket, I got that in pocket, as an homage to him. But also the Malinsky special is something that he talked about for years, and that is when a team returns home for the first game after a long road trip, and it could apply to any sport. It's really good when it comes to Major League Baseball, maybe some hockey and NBA in there as well. But the game that it works for tonight would be the Astros at home to the Rockies. And the Rockies just are getting back from a road trip to Sacramento, Colorado, and Seattle. They had one day off. It was last Thursday, April 9th, and they have lost 8 straight games. So things are not going well for this team, and this is one of the most incredible stats to tie in the Astros here that I've heard, and I'll credit Baseball World on X for finding this, but the Stros have sole possession of the worst record in Major League Baseball at 6-11, and they've scored the most runs in Major League Baseball.
I'm surprised at the total. I mean, there's got to be runs here. You have this long losing streak. You're giving up at least 5+ runs in all the games. You know, like Lorenzen's not going to slow you down. So Altuve and Alvarez have been so good. Mm-hmm. So I would think there's be runs here, and this is just a wild start to the season. After they got off to a hot start, they've been bad. Detroit's been up and down. The Brewers can't win a game. Now the Padres, after the slow start, they're hot. Seattle's found their bats. Minnesota doesn't lose. I mean, there's a lot of funky stuff going on here.
Sure.
But I would say there's got to be runs in this one here. You can't trust any of these starting pitchers.
No, Lorenzen has made 4 appearances so far in the year. 3 of those were starts. He's lasted about 14 innings and so far at 8.36 ERA. The FIP is better, but still a FIP of 6.05 isn't exactly Hall of Fame worthy. And he's allowing almost 2 home runs per 9. So I'm with you. Gordon is supposed to go out there for the Astros, and 8.5 in this ballpark, I think, seems a little bit short overall.
Yeah.
You brought up the Tigers. I like them tonight. I think they're short, and I'll give you a couple of reasons why. Now, Reagans goes for Kansas City.
Been bad.
A couple of things here. 3 starts, 10 and 2/3. ERA 5.91, FIP about the same. Striking out a lot of guys, walking a lot of guys, and he did not last long in his last start because he took a comebacker after striking out the first 2 batters of the game, and then he wanted to come back out after the inning ended, and he was like all over the map, and they had to pull him eventually. But Valdez also has numbers that tells you that he is going to be a little bit better than the ERA suggests. 4.76 so far. Kind of got rocked in his last start. The FIP, 2 runs better at 2.84.
Kind of. He did get rocked.
Yeah.
He was terrible.
But I'm saying like misleading numbers overall. And the Royals, oh, by the way, against lefties, they're batting 204 on the year, 23rd in baseball. They have an on base of 299, slugging of 309, and an OPS of 608. All of those numbers are 23rd or worse in baseball. Very small sample size, but the Tigers' bats are going a little bit here. And
all right.
I think $1.18 is short.
Yep. Second worst batting average, runners in scoring position. They keep Strand and Witt. Witt's been on base 27 times. He has 8 steals. He scored 1 run.
That's
unbelievable.
Come on.
It is. Yeah. Right. So Reagans has been bad. I'm with you. They're 5-1 at home. I'll join you on the Tigers here.
Okay.
That's fine.
Can I make the case for the Mets, at least maybe for the first 5?
No, you
I
can't. No.
Well, then I'll stop talking.
Come back with Pages props. He did it for us again last night.
Yeah.
He only had 1 hit, but it was a home run. So he delivered, leads in average and RBIs. Yeah, you got to face Yamamoto. The Mets have lost 6 in a row. How many runs are the Dodgers going to score? That's the thing. And are the Mets going to get anything off Yamamoto? So shutout again, back-to-back games. It's very disappointing for New Yorkers what's going on. So I would keep riding the Dodgers here and keep riding his props as he's been dialed in. And again, what are we up? 47 games on base streak for Ohtani.
That's
now.
right. That's right. Okay, so I won't make the case for the Mets. I was going to do it for the first 5, but I won't. I will make the case maybe for the first 5 under in this game. By the way, the biggest edge with a K prop today at vsin.com with the up to AI projections is Nolan McLean to have 6+ Ks at -123. They're projecting 7.32 tonight against the Dodgers, which is an edge of 18.6%. So far, so good, man, for this young phenom. Almost 11 Ks per 9. He's gotten a little bit lucky with the BABIP. That said, the FIP and the expected ERA are actually kind of right in line with the 2.7 ERA. Yamamoto has a 2.50 ERA, but a 3.58 FIP. Not striking out a ton of dudes. And not allowing a lot of walks, nor is he giving up a lot of home runs. So I think maybe this is going to be 1-1, end of 5. If I can trust McLean here against the Dodgers, that's it in the first 5, and that's get out of there with a 1-1 game, and it goes under 3.5 or under 4 if that's out there. And then don't let the bullpens get involved or anything like that.
Yeah, good luck to you. Can't do it against the Dodgers, but I see the Mets can't hit.
They cannot.
Nope. Some good pitching matchups today too. Gossman against Mizorowski.
That's really good.
What about the Brewers now? Lost 5 in a row. 12 total runs. 2 for 24 with runners in scoring position. Couldn't get them out. Now they can't get a hit. And the Miz has been great. More walks than hits allowed. How good he's been. But here we go with Toronto. Second worst run differential. What's going on?
Well,
when are they going to snap out of this?
They've had a lot of injuries.
Yes, they have.
More so
other
to the
pitchers,
pitching
yes.
staff. That's true. I think maybe if you wanted to climb the ladder, you can find this at least FanDuel and maybe some other books out there as well. I got to bring this up every time the Miz goes, and Gossman's been great, 13.5 Ks per 9. By the way, Miz is at almost 15.5 strikeouts per 9, which is just Randy Johnson territory, right? How about combined Ks by 2 of these guys tonight?
Yes.
If you climb a ladder and go to like 16, 17, 18, get nuts, go to 19 or 20 Ks on those 2, which you can find again in a couple of different books out there.
You do that with Wu and King, too.
Why Wu only 2 last time?
Yeah, that was strange.
Wu only had 2 Ks in his last start, which I can't wrap my head around.
Yep. Padres have won 8 of 9. Seattle's starting to hit. That was great. They swept Houston, and I just want to see Mason Miller get in there. Faced 24 batters. He struck out 19 of them. He's appointment viewing.
So I get it. Woo's awesome. The Padres being this red hot, would you take some of that plus money out there on them? The total 7 in the game.
Yeah.
In this kind of a matchup. Rosarina does have good numbers against Michael King. 364 average, 2 home runs, 3 extra base hits.
Beat him 5-6 last year. Seattle had their number. But the way they're hitting now with Naylor and J-Rod, I think Woo can contain them and shut them down. Yep. How about the Superman act last night with the Yankees and Angels? Trout goes deep twice. Judge goes deep twice. Crazy game. Detmers against Weathers. You can play those props too. Come right back with Judge and Trout. And Solaire's been so good. And if the Pirates can't light up Michaelis,
they absolutely have to
come
win
on.
This game again tonight.
Number one, Ozuna owns them. Hitting 400 against them career with 2 bombs. Chapman's hitting 700 against Singer, by the way. I got to get that in there. That's crazy, 700. But the way the Pirates are going and how they're hitting, they should get whatever they want against Michaelis here. And it should be batting practice for the Pirates.
Brian Reynolds, another one. Great numbers off Michaelis. That dude's ERA is 12.41 on the year, and the FIP is 8.38. He is the worst pitcher in baseball as we speak. And Keller has been really good, and that's despite not striking out a lot of guys.
Mm-hmm.
So, I hate chasing a team when they just scored 15 runs the previous game, but I would think that would continue because of this dumpster fire that they have going on the mound today for the Nationals.
Yeah. You want Nola or you want to fade Nola? Good numbers career against the Cubs. And Bregman and Happ don't have a hit against them. How crazy is that?
I looked at that game overall. I don't really have a strong opinion.
Okay. 0 for 29 combined against them.
Yeah.
Harper's been good.
Yeah, no, he's been really good.
Walker props, 8 home runs. Wood props, 14 to 29 last
Abrams?
8. Yes, Abrams too. Can do that.
I can't believe this run by Jordan Walker. I have Alvarez first to 10 home runs, and he's
man.
been robbed of like 3 so far on the year. He hit that one a mile. It hit a speaker, and they called it an out.
Is it 4 in a row he's hit, Walker?
Yeah,
4 games in a
and
row?
I think it's 6 out of 7.
Yeah.
Here's a candidate you want to definitely look at tonight, fading.
Mm-hmm.
It's Lopez for the Braves. He is 100% due for some negative regression. And hit this number on Atlanta tonight. Again, I know that they got blasted last night by Miami, but he should get hit around today by Miami in this game as well.
Sounds good. Henderson's hot too. Baltimore's won 6 of 7. Henderson's got an extra base hit in 6 of them. Play-in starts today. 2 to 3 days left in the NHL regular season. Playoff spots up for grabs. Every game matters. So does every bet. VSiN Pro gives you every best bet, every host, every guest. The real-time betting splits, the AI-powered prop tools, 24/7 video and show replays. Get ahead of the action now. Start today just $9.99 or save 50% with an annual subscription. VSiN.com/subscribe. The Mackinnon trends every single day. Must have. VSiN.com/subscribe.
Adam Hell joins the show coming up next. He follows the Raiders in the NFL, covers them for the Las Vegas Review-Journal. He also does mock drafts this time of year. I'll ask him what number he would need to bet on the Raiders trading out of the first pick overall coming up next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
NFL draft now seemingly right around the corner. Next Thursday night. My God, this thing is sneaking up on us. And we continue talking about it here on a daily basis. Welcome in. Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Adam Hill covers the Raiders and the NFL out here locally for the Las Vegas Review-Journal. And he happens to be downtown today. Pops in studio. What's up, man? How are you today?
I'm good. And it might be sneaking up on you, but I've spent like half my life in Bloomington, Indiana the last 2 months. So I'm ready. Like,
yeah, you're probably ready for it to be over with.
Let's just get this thing over with.
Yeah, okay.
Good. Find the food options there.
Not great, Paul.
Damn.
Not great.
Bad beat?
Nice courtyard, though.
Yeah,
Nice
really?
courtyard. The pool's under construction, unfortunately.
Oh, another
Yeah, I spent a
vicious
lot of time there lately.
Okay. Anyone take pictures of you at the pool?
Nope.
Good.
Nope. I was by myself, and
Okay.
yeah, nobody was around, so we're good. I
Good.
made sure there was nobody snapping photos. We're good. No interlocking hands with anybody.
Yes.
Say
right.
what you told us on the air moments. What happened moments ago?
She has resigned.
Rossini
Well, I guess
resigned?
we should say, yeah, Diana Rossini has resigned, which makes sense. I mean, there's investigation going on right now, and her contract's up, I believe, the end of June. So I don't think there was, I think the investigation was probably going to run past that, so might as well just make it clean right now. And
Amazing.
it's unfortunate that, there's a lot of attention on something like that, and I think the one thing I'll say about it, not that you asked me, but I will say the one thing I hope this doesn't reflect negatively on women in the business in general. This is one person.
But it already has.
It's one person.
I know.
And I know plenty of guys in the business that have done very unethical things. That doesn't reflect on them. Like it doesn't reflect on all guys. When guys do that, it shouldn't reflect on all women when a female journalist has an issue like that. It will. As you said, it already has.
Yeah.
But I think we should look at it as individuals and make sure that we judge it in that realm.
Okay, so
Both
if you
married.
bizarre
comments they dug up on stuff saying about her husband too. Flat out says my husband's average.
Yeah.
Average.
Boy, she's a weird cat.
Hey, look, I'm striving for average, so that's a compliment to me.
Does Mendoza start week 1?
No,
He does not.
Oh,
No.
it's Kirk.
You know what's
All
funny
right.
about this is because Luke, our producer, we were looking up if we could find any markets out there, like prediction markets. They don't even have Raiders first starting quarterback week 1.
Well, I wonder. I mean, he's not on the team yet.
Okay, but it's a prediction market. They can put up whatever they want.
Fair. Yeah, I mean, look, I think based on a lot of things, I don't think Kirk Cousins would have signed here in Las Vegas if he wasn't at least assured that he'd have a competition, right? That at least he has a chance. And in my mind, the reason he signed here is because he's looking around. There's a lot of improvements in the team. The roster has gotten better. And I think in his mind, he would say, not that he said this out loud, but hey, look, if I'm the starting quarterback week 1, what if I keep them in the playoff race? Like, it's my job. So I don't think he's coming in here thinking like, oh, he's starting for 1 week or 2 weeks. Like in his mind, he's the starting quarterback. Now, that's not the case. It's not going to happen. Mendoza will be the quarterback eventually. But that's what I think Kirk Cousins believes. And I do think he was told he can at least compete. And if there's an actual competition, don't forget, he's played for Clint Kubiak for 3 years, including 2021, which was his best season in his mind, what he has said. They've worked together well. If there's an actual competition, I don't see Mendoza winning the competition. Like Kirk Cousins, I think, is so far ahead in terms of knowing the offense, understanding what Kubiak wants. He would win that competition, I'm fairly certain.
Okay. Well, okay, so you've been the frequent flyer miles now between here and like Indianapolis, off the charts for you lately, as you said.
Can tell you some great restaurant options in the Indianapolis airport.
Okay, great, because we're all dying for that.
Yes.
What number would you need for the Raiders to trade out of the first pick overall? Is there a number high enough, or just there's absolutely like literally zero chance of that
You're
happening?
asking if it was me, or what would it take for them to actually do it? Because I mean, I would have been shopping the pick from day
Well,
one.
100%, same here, but yeah.
I mean, I looked at the Jets have 5 first-round picks the next 2 years, including the number 2 pick this year. If we're talking about 4 of those,
4.
2 this year, 2 next. You want all 5?
No, I'd take 3. Take 2.
I
maybe.
agree, but I'm saying if it, like what is going to blow them out of the water, I think that would probably do it. It's a very weird scenario this year with if you're looking at most drafts with only one quarterback who is looked at as the number 1 pick without question. You would think that the offers would have been just overwhelming.
Yes.
But we really haven't seen it.
They're waiting until next year.
I think they are waiting for next year, which is smart because it's a very good class next year. But I think it also does speak to where people see Mendoza. I think they see him as a very good quarterback with a lot of potential, but not a slam dunk, top of the league type player. And I think we've seen that out of, the rumor mill that's going. Because the Raiders said at the combine, John Spytek said, "Look, we're always taking calls on everyone. Like our phones are always open." And that was about Crosby and about the first pick, and we really haven't heard like some. You would think some other team would have out there. Oh, we offered 4 first-rounders and 3 first-rounders, whatever it is, and they didn't. They don't want to budge. We haven't heard that at all.
Okay, so you also do a lot of mock drafts, and so it's boring at the top in terms of a betting thing, right? Where we could, let's lay 20,000 on Mendoza to go number 1 overall and make 5 cents on it.
Number 2 pick is interesting.
Okay, but before we get into that, because books will absolutely post this on Thursday night after the first round and Friday morning going into round number 2. The Raiders are picking 4th in round 2, which is number 36 overall. Players that we should circle right now to keep an eye on for that opportunity.
Well, I would say if Cade McDonald is there, he so fits what they need badly on defense as just a true nose tackle, which there just aren't that many around anymore. We see a lot of defensive tackles that are pass rushers, that sort of thing. He is exactly what this defense needs in terms of their transition to what Rob Leonard, the new defensive coordinator, is going to run. He's such a good scheme fit, such a good player. I think he goes earlier than people think. I saw today's projected like 27, I think, in some market. If he's available, I think they're taking him. But I don't think that they're just going to automatically go defensive tackle. I think that's just they like that player, and I think would fit a lot of what they do. I would look, if there's an offensive tackle that falls, that would be certainly in the realm. A receiver, I think, is a huge need. I don't know if they believe it's as bad a need as I do, but I think they really need a big receiver. And corner, I mean, they have so many team needs, but like that player in particular is one that I would say if he's on the board, I think that would be somebody to definitely watch.
Noted.
Who goes second?
I think it's Bailey in the end.
Okay.
I mean, I know Reese has had a lot of steam and a lot of people picking up in the market, but I think Bailey eventually is the one that goes there.
I saw him minus 210 last night.
Oh, boy.
Reese?
To go Bailey to go second.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the market is maybe catching up on that. I haven't followed it, every minute, but that's where I've kind of thought it's been for a while. And I mean, I just think the potential, the upside is there, and I think the Jets will like that.
What's the best rumor you heard at the owners' meetings?
Well, I actually don't think I can answer the actual best rumor that I heard at the owners' meetings. People might know it now already.
I was going to say, does it have something to do with the person we already talked about?
Potentially, that might have been the best rumor. Obviously, what I was hearing was a lot of Max Crosby talk, just from all over different people, and that's what people wanted to talk about, right? The owners' meetings is a very, very unique place. It would blow the average person away just to be there. It kind of still does to me to be there. But was
it all anti-Baltimore?
A lot of anti-Baltimore, but just a lot of what's next. Like there's just this assumption that Max Crosby is on the Raiders now, and I don't know that that's 100% true.
Oh wow, okay.
That's good.
I mean, I think it's very likely at this point because I don't think the offers are anywhere near what they were. And it'd be tough for the Raiders to come back and take a lesser deal, right? To say, oh, now we're just going to we'll take a first and a fourth, like when you already traded for 2 firsts. So you have to try to make sure you get something close to that offer. And I don't think it's there. But I think if there was a really good offer, I think they're certainly still open to it.
A.J. Brown, Buffalo?
Well, New England. I mean, that was what I heard from The Athletic.
Okay. I wonder where she got that from.
I'm not sure.
Interesting. But do you think that'll happen? Okay.
I think he's getting traded.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, we'll see where it goes. I think Buffalo, they got DJ Moore, right? So I don't know.
Yeah, but does that fix everything there?
I have a lot of thoughts on Buffalo. I talk to people. It's been everybody's problem, right? It's been the defense, it's been the GM, it's been the scouts, it's been the receivers, it's been the offensive line. It was a running game until James Cook came around. It was the coaching, the play calling. There's only been one common denominator on the team, right? That never gets blamed for anything?
No, he doesn't.
All right. I mean, he's the only thing that's been the same.
It was bad against Denver.
Yeah.
Silly turnovers. New England would be a great fit. That's a great fit for A.J. Brown.
Yeah, I think that would work really well. And I I think obviously the more help you can get Drake May, the better.
Yeah. Okay.
Still can't believe watching him play the Raiders last year, losing week 1. The way
Can you believe that?
The way he played in that game was abysmal.
And Geno was great.
I know.
He had 300 yards.
I know.
They go to the Super Bowl.
I just watched back our post-game podcast from the stadium, and fans were so mad because I said, this made no sense. Like, Geno Smith is not that good, and Drake May is not that bad. I don't know how this happened.
Yeah.
And people were like, the Raiders are winning the Super Bowl. I don't think so. I think New England's a lot better. And turned out that was true.
Okay, so you briefly mentioned, like, Kirk thinks he can come here, put him in play of contention. It's going to be his job. Their win total as of last week was still 5.5.
Yeah, I think it's over.
Like, this team feel like they can win 7-8 games, can't they?
Yeah, I think so. Like, there's still questions. There's still a lot of roster holes, but yeah, they've got all the tools in place on offense to improve greatly. Clint Kubiak, I think, is going to be a much better play caller. I think there was a lot of strife last year. Not strife, there was a disagreement in timelines of where they were. And I think Pete Carroll held John Spytek back from building the roster that he wanted to because he had a quicker timeline. Now I think there's more continuity. There's more agreement on what they're doing. I think they have a plan. They're sticking to it. And I think they could certainly be competitive this year.
Hang tight. More with Adam Hill. You can follow him on X at Adam Hill LVRJ. Covers the Raiders in the draft for the Review Journal out here. And Pauly's got details on a crazy night in Major League Baseball next and win some, lose some.
Win Some, Lose Some is sponsored by the Sharp Plays.
Were you a winner last night? Wow, winning. Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser!
Pauly Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
Fireworks in baseball. 9 of the 10 games went over. 9 players had a multi-homer game. second most in history. Schwarber and Judge, 2 home runs each, 258-1. You saw a dollar bet on Naylor Marte. Schwarber paid $51,000 at Pickett Sports.
Pickett Sports put that out there.
Oh my God!
And they preface it by saying, "We realize nobody bet this, but just in case you were wondering, here you go."
Yes.
It wouldn't stop last night.
No, it would not stop with all the home runs. Flyers make the playoffs for the first time in 5 years. Big win last night. Let's fade them tonight. Montreal needs it for home ice. Sabres win the division for the first time since 2010. Sharks win in Nashville for the first time since 2018. They had lost 15 in a row to the Predators. And what a game you saw. Vegas and the Jets, 6 goals in the first 7 minutes of the third period. Vegas takes them out 6-2. You had a good time.
Amazing third period.
That's right.
Oh, wait a second. We took Sebastian to his first ever hockey game last night, and he tapped out at about the second intermission. But he got on the Jumbotron last night.
Did he?
How about that?
Is that right?
Yeah. Made the Jumbotron. They put him up there.
All right. Subscribe.
I was looking. I was like, Mitch's kid.
Was that your reaction?
Yeah. And then I saw your Instagram post later, and I was like, oh, okay.
There you go. He's famous. Subscribe, be part of the team, vsin.com, our radio and podcast friends. You always want to see these tweets and videos at Pauly Does Vegas on Instagram. Send them in. We'll put you on. Hey, let's make hay here. We got a flooded backyard. The dog loves it. Just doing circles and doing laps in the flooded water in the backyard. Got some rain. Let's have a day. Look at it. Going around and around. Piece of cake. Now, the problem is what happens. I hope you don't let him in the house.
Oh.
But he wants to come in the house, so you're going to have a problem. That's some thick, deep water there.
Some pretty clean water, too.
That's another one. Yeah, who knows? Yeah, like Woodstock in 99. And we watch that water. Don't bathe in that. I know. Look at all the laps. The owners.
Is it on a loop or is that just nonstop?
No, nonstop.
Okay.
Because the lady keeps laughing the whole time on the video. Several bad beats. Rangers A's under 8.5. 4-0 in the 8th. Diamondbacks led 7-1 and lost. And Tampa blew it in regulation. They won the game in overtime. They were up 3-1 in the 3rd. And Detroit rallied, which that wasn't supposed to happen. Damn. Baseball every day. NBA, NHL playoffs coming soon. Sharp Plays covers it all. All of it documented. Logs posted publicly. SharpPlays.com. When they move, the books take notice. Advanced AI, trusted insider intel. They find the value before the numbers shift. Respected, watched, and feared. Start winning with them at SharpPlays.com. AI plays up over 30 units the last few years. SharpPlays.com. Give Jeff and the crew a follow. They do a great job. And the daily Mr. Poison tweets. Get them now, Sharp Plays.
We continue here. Adam Hill in studio. Las Vegas Review Journal covers the Raiders, the NFL, does mock drafts, the whole bit. So whichever player doesn't go number 2 to the Jets, Bailey or Reese, are they going 3rd, or do the Cardinals pivot and maybe go a different position?
I don't think it's a slam dunk at all that they would just flop and go 2 and 3. I think certainly the Cardinals would be looking offensive line. I think it's a very strong possibility, and I think that's the thing about this draft is it's so sure who's going number 1. There's no mystery there. It's Mendoza. If somehow the Raiders traded him, he'd still go 1. He's 1. 2 to 11. They're all pretty even. You go on team needs and preferences and all those. There's not that much difference between those guys.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we're hearing from even from the combine all the way to the owners' meetings and being at Mendoza's pro day, all throughout. There's so much talk about it. Just depends on the team who they see as the guy. The preference that they have, their scouts have. There's just so many guys that are even. There's a lot of potential starters in this draft, but there's really not that many stars.
Does Simpson go first round?
I still think so, but what I'm hearing from people is no. No, I believe he does. I think somebody's going to take him. I think there's enough teams that need a quarterback.
Will it be a trade to come back in?
It's possible, or I still think the Rams wouldn't be. It's not that crazy to think the Rams could do it. The Jets could do it. They have so many picks.
The Rams cannot do that at 13, though.
But they can move back. They can move back in, or they have two. They have a second, or no, they got rid of it. So yeah, they traded that. But
they could trade down, I guess. In theory,
they could trade down, or they could trade back into the first. There's options that they have. They could strike first ahead of next year. When I think a lot of these teams, the Jets are obviously stockpiling for next year. Do they all of a sudden say, "Hey, let's just try it. Maybe we take Simpson"? They have 2 first-round picks. They know that they can do that. Do they get ahead of the game? That's possible. But so many teams are thinking about next year for a quarterback that I think some team all of a sudden says, "You know what? Let's just get a guy now that might be the guy that might be able to, to carry us to be a franchise quarterback." We don't know. And if he's not, then you have another chance next year. You can bite another bite at the apple.
Did you guys see the numbers overall in that prop? How many quarterbacks are going to go first round? DK, they posted 1.5, and it was juiced over $2 as of, I think, just a couple of days ago. It's down to like $1.30 now. Under 1.5 is even money. That was almost 2 to 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're seeing it's kind of like a 50-50 proproposition. Like, does he go?
Pretty much. Coin flip.
Okay.
I still think he does, even though most of what I'm hearing rumor-wise is that he's not.
How about Sadiq? Over 15.5.
Yeah, we were actually talking about this off the air. I've had him in every mock I've done. I think I've had him mock to Baltimore. I think it just makes too much sense. They like to use multiple tight ends. Obviously, losing likely.
Yep.
Andrews is near the end. Like, I think this is a guy that they could take and be Lamar Jackson's like favorite target for years to come. But I think there's other teams that might like him too. I think he's a really good player, and Baltimore lost a lot. Like, there's a lot of needs that Baltimore has. They can't draft. Maybe they might not feel they have the luxury of taking somebody like that who will fill in down the road, but could still be helpful now. They might think that they have to address something else.
You've always loved football.
Sure.
So I think at one point in your life it was your favorite sport. Are you covering the World Cup at all?
I want to go. I'm trying to go. I'm not covering it.
Okay, just want to go.
I'm looking at some sites to try to go. Like Monterrey would be a dream. I would love to go there. I was looking at Guadalajara too. The Mexico game in Guadalajara.
Oh boy, would that be unbelievable?
The get-in price I looked yesterday was like $2,700.
Yeah.
Well, so what's going on right now is just absurd. Now the story came out yesterday in New York.
The train?
The train's going to be $100 and it's normally $12 or whatever.
Okay.
Come on, what are we doing here?
I don't know. It's so it would be such a dream to go to a game, but at the same time, it's like they're great on TV too.
That's the way to go.
Right.
I think you'd be sitting there thinking, like, I can't believe how much money I spent on this. I don't know if you could even enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
do you agree with like the market and
If
like?
I was super rich, I think I would. I mean, I'd obviously do it.
Well, you probably go every year or every
I'd go
4
to every
years.
match.
Yeah, sure. Is Spain like the best team with a bullet potentially?
I don't know if it's with a bullet. I think they are. I think they're going to be really tough to beat. I'm very excited to see what the U.S. team does. I'm not saying they're with Spain. I'm just saying that's what I'm excited about. This is the year that people have had circled for like 8 years.
Yeah.
For 8 years, it's been everything is about this year. And you're like, well, they're not quite where we thought they would be. But I think they could be really good. I think they could be competitive. I think it'll be fun to watch.
Troubling news yesterday. He said Sidney Sweeney was overhyped, and people agreed with him.
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, wow. How about
correct.
that? What?
Listen, I'm not in a position to judge. I think she's.
Well, neither are we really,
yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think that there's. I mean, I just feel like a jerk saying that, but like, yeah, I think that, yes, overhyped, overrated, yeah, I would
overrated.
Think so. Yeah, I would think so. Yeah,
That's unbelievable. Boy, oh boy.
She's incredibly beautiful. Like, not like I'm sure people are like, oh yeah, okay, but yeah, I think she's very beautiful. I would say there's many more attractive women in the world.
I said spend 5 minutes on Instagram, and you're going to be like, who's Sidney Sweeney?
Yeah, it's true.
Okay,
that's true too. Don't fall in love with the fame. Walk around Circa.
Yeah, go to Encore Win Pool.
Yeah,
for 5 minutes.
This housemaid's done $400 million. It's incredible, and everyone loves her in Euphoria as well too.
I said overhyped. That's it.
Yeah,
she's like the biggest superstar in the world. The way it seems, I'm like,
been that way for a while. Yes, been that way for a while.
Go wait in line at a Starbucks in Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you surprised? How shocked were you when they fired Cassidy? And is this going to? They're going to win the division now.
I know. I mean, I was pretty surprised, especially at the timing. Obviously, it's been working out pretty well. They've been really good since. And I wrote a column. I said, I've been so complimentary to the Golden Knights in the way that they've handled everything. That they don't care about emotion. They don't care about feelings. They are cutthroat to a fault. And all of a sudden, I was like, oh, come on, it's Bruce Cassidy, because I love covering him so much. Maybe my favorite coach I've ever covered.
Really?
Bruce Cassidy.
Why?
Incredible. If you will sit in one press conference and learn about the sport. Like, you'll know more after that press every single day. Every day, no matter what, you'll learn about the sport. He's been fantastic. I've loved covering him, loved talking to him. Getting to know him was a pleasure. And I was like, oh, this sucks. They fired him. Like, that's what I say not to do. Don't get emotional about it. Like, give them credit for being cutthroat. And they were, and I think my initial reaction was wrong, that I was, upset about it. This is what they do. And like, this is why they've been so successful. They're unapologetic.
What's their ceiling this year?
I mean, the analytics love them. And they're going to get through their division. They're going to win the division, I think. They're going to get through the Pacific is terrible. I think they're right now, you can just say they're one of the Final Four. And then what happens then? I mean, if they're playing well, if they have all that momentum, all that, positive energy built up, they could win. They could win the West.
Great to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Always a pleasure, guys.
Follow Adam on X at Adam Hill LVRJ. Up next, NBA playoffs and player props. Nick Whalen. Hear why he likes a bet around 3-1 coming up next year on Follow the Money.